What's up? It's May 29th, 2021. Before I get started on anything, I just want to say this. Happy anniversary to my love, to the love of my life, to the guy that, even though he pisses me off, I can't be mad at him much. I can't be mad at him long. And it's the truth. I can't be mad at him long. Yeah, it's been 3 years, man. But let me tell you a story. 3 years ago today, I was hanging out in band because we weren't doing anything in class. So I'm like, hey, can I go to another classroom? Teacher was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And if that teacher hadn't have said that, yeah, I could, Cole and I wouldn't be a thing, man. Uh, uh, it's but yeah, pretty much we wouldn't have been a thing, if that day I went down to that classroom and from even when I sat down, even though we were across the room, I still just stared at him. I did. Just stared at him. Then one of my friends came over, and I told her, I said, what's his name? She goes, who? I said, the guy playing the bass. It was either the bass or the guitar. One of them. She goes, oh, Cole? I said, oh, that's his name? She goes, yeah. I said, oh, he's cute. She goes, well, go over and talk to him. I said, no. She goes, Lord, come on. So she walks me over there. She goes, Cole, this is Bethany. Bethany, this is Cole. Y'all have a lot in common. Y'all both like the same music. There you go. Y'all should switch phone numbers. So, yeah. Um, so after that, we switched phone number. Well, we talked a little bit. We talked a little bit. Uh, then we exchanged phone numbers. We started talking about music. No, we talked about music. He played a little bit for me. The first thing he played was literally the riff that everybody knows, but it's "Smoke on the Water" by Deep Purple. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody but me knows how to play it. But yeah, he played that, and so after all that, we talked more about his guitar, his bass, and all. And then before we left, we exchanged phone numbers. So, and the cutest thing actually, It was like 2 days before the last day of school. So, bell rings for to be dismissed. We pretty much, man. He's like, hey, let's walk each other out to. Let's walk each other out the door. Said, okay, yeah, that's great. Okay, so we walked on, or we walked together, and then got to his point. We parted ways. Then I continued walking out the door, and after I still had a big smile on my face, and I still had a big smile on my face because I mean I knew we weren't dating yet, but I don't know. I had a good feeling about it. So, yeah, I had a good feeling about it. But then, we got on the bus. We started talking a little bit. We started texting. I got a hold of my mom. I said, what do you think of him? She goes, what about him? I said, just what do you think of him? She goes, I don't know. I said, his name's Cole. I said, I'm trying to talk to him. I said, and hopefully we become something. Hopefully. And she goes, okay, well, good luck. And so on the bus, we're talking. We get to I get to my grandpa's, and yeah, I get to my grandpa's, and we're talking and all that. I'm working at my grandpa's, okay? Pulling orders and stuff like that. Every once in a while, I get a ding. Oh, yep, that's him. Hold up. Text him. And then the one thing that he asked, there was one question he asked, which kind of threw me off, I want to say. But his question was, why do you want to date me? I said, well, because you're cute. We like the same music, and we have a lot in common. And he goes, okay, well, I'll have to think more, but yeah. So, by the end of the day, still May 29th, at the end he goes, alright, I made my mind. He goes, alright, I made up my mind. I'll date you. I'm like, alrighty, sweet. So, it was great, man. And then, school was over. No. The next day, we're texting that morning. He goes, hey, we should meet up in the band room. I said, okay. Well, it was just him, and it was the teacher in there, too. Because he helped the teacher. And, we hadn't told many people that we were dating. But, yeah. Yeah, we hadn't told many people that we were dating. We pretty much just, yeah. But, so, after the bell, or before the bell rang, after I ate breakfast, I went up and I met him. And, we hugged, we said good morning, all that, and all. Well, Teacher comes in. He goes, "All right, you two." He goes, "All right, you two. You gotta go to class." Talking to me. I'm like, I know, but I don't want to leave. I'm like, he's cute. I don't want to leave. And so then a couple days later, actually. Well, okay, back to that day. He goes, "You should see if you can come down, and when you do, we should cuddle." I'm like, okay, never done that. Okay. So I go down. So it goes down, or we go down. Hold on. I go down to his class, and all of a sudden, I'm hanging out with him, and all of a sudden, we're just hugging and all that, and it was awesome. And then the last day of school, he asked if he can come up to my class. My teacher says yes, his teacher says yes. We're watching Star Wars. And I'll have to ask him. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was The Last Jedi. I don't know. But literally, we were sitting right next to each other. Literally, with our heads on each other's shoulders and everything, pretty much. And then, that was the last day of school. I texted him. I said, so, after he helped me clean up my locker, and as we were walking down, I said, "Hey," said, my neighborhood is like having like a yard sale or something, or my trailer park's having a yard sale or something. Would you possibly want to come over and hang out? And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm at my dad's this weekend, but yeah, I'll have to talk to him and ask him about it first." I said, "Okay." So he talked to his dad. His dad brought him over. My dad met his dad and stepmom. Well, met his dad, and yeah. Hold on. My dad and stepmom met his dad and met him. Well, he was texting me. He goes, "I'll bring over cod." I'm like, "You're going to bring over fish?" So pretty much, only thing we did was play video games. But that night, actually, his dad kept texting him, make sure he was alright and all. And that night, he texted me. And before he went to bed, he goes, "I love you." And, when he said that, my heart stopped. My heart stopped. And, yeah, my heart stopped. And I was like, okay, I can do this. So I texted him back, "I love you too." And, and then after that, we said "I love you" every day and night. But I remember I went to bed that night, and my heart just pretty much just stopped. And when I went to lay down, I was just like, he really said that. He really said that. And then, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And, yeah. But then, fast forward to a year later, he texted me while I was on the bus. He goes, I know you might not be interested in something like this, but my school is having a prom. Would you possibly be interested in going? And my response was, yeah, I'll go. And even though I'm not a big fan of having to wear a dress or of anything that involves having to wear a dress, I'm like, yeah, I'll go. Just because I'm not interested in that doesn't mean he isn't. So we went and it was amazing. We slow danced. We went out to eat before. Uh, it was amazing. It was amazing. Uh, we slow danced to Bon Jovi's "I'll Be There for You," uh, which that's my song for him. Still is to this day. And yeah, so and then the year later, or the next year, we Valentine's Day comes around and we weren't dating at the time, or we still were, but because we were talking, but he we ordered an Uber, we met at a park, and then we talked and all, and it ended up in with we're in the middle of the woods and he kisses me. I'm like, I thought we weren't together. He goes, yeah, well, I just really wanted to do that. I said, uh-huh. So, yeah. So we got back together. And then that same part again. We broke up, got back together 4th of July when he pushed me against the wall and then he kissed me. And yeah, nobody knew that we got back together after that one. So yeah, nobody knew. And then that was the last time we broke up. Yeah, that was the last time we broke up. And yeah, the last time we got back together. But yeah, that's yeah. And then, a year later, here we are. We've been together 3 years and counting. And I love him more than ever. Yeah, I love him more than ever. He aggravates me, don't get me wrong, but I love him to death. And pretty much even though Cole and I have been together for 3 years, every day that I get to see him, or every day that I do see him, I fall in love over again. And it's the greatest feeling. It's the greatest feeling. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say or do. But yeah, Cole, if you watch this, happy anniversary, babe. I love you. And here's to many more years to come. But yeah. And I can't wait to see you. Love you, and bye, babe.